Are you intimidated at growing your very first herb garden indoors? Well, I was too, up until a couple of years ago when I started really getting the hang of how to grow herbs indoors. And ever since learning to do that, the way that I'm making my recipes has changed so much. I'm able to serve chicken 3-4 nights in a row, and no one is bored with the chicken because it has so many different flavor variations when you have fresh herbs to pull from. So let me show you what it's like to grow an herb garden inside on your windowsill, so you'll always have fresh, tasty herbs to try in your own recipes. For the best tips that I have for growing herbs indoors in your windowsill just like me, go to plant section at sipbitego.com. It's a new section that I have, and take a screenshot of this so you remember to do it after this video. Also, I have some fun new videos coming on herbs and growing plants indoors, so make sure to subscribe to the sipbitego YouTube channel to get notified when those new videos are available. You can subscribe to the channel and hit the bell so you are the first to know when those herb videos are live. So why is it important to have fresh herbs? Well, if you've landed here, you probably agree that food just tastes a lot better when you throw some fresh green herbs on it. And I don't know, ever since having a baby, like getting pregnant even, the trips I had to the grocery store were limited. So I wanted to learn how to grow herbs indoors and be able to pull from them whenever I want. And actually, I'm filming this video, oops, dropped my slipper. I'm filming this video while in quarantine. So the truth is we can't go to grocery stores right now either. So I just shook the camera. I just started planting these herbs, and I'm already using them for all sorts of recipes like potato gratin and some sous vide dishes that I've been making. So let's dive right into it. Here's how I started my own herb garden indoors in the windowsill, and here's how you can do it too. First, you're gonna need to get the materials. And when I'm talking about materials, I'm talking about the seeds, dirt, and I like to use egg cartons, but you could also use little plastic containers that have drainage on the bottom. Another thing that I personally think looks super cute and does have some benefits as far as nutrients goes for your herbs is to mix in some eggs or use eggs as a planter. So this is totally optional. It's what I did, and also like I'm kind of dropping these off to a friend's house here and there to help them grow their own herb garden. So I just drop it with the little egg and it looks super cute. Here's an example. It's so cute. This is actually a tomato plant. That's coming in another video. Obviously, you know where to get the dirt and the seeds, but what you have to do is stock up on those eggs if you eat eggs, if you're gonna do this egg container method like this. So, you know, eat your eggs, stock up on these containers. I might start saving them for a month before I start planting, but you know, start where you are if you're just starting this today. And I also saved eggshells. So these days I'm really careful to crack an egg in the middle because I want to split open the egg and have like the perfectly proportioned eggs to put in the egg carton. So anyways, again, you need seeds, dirt, egg cartons, or the plant containers that you're going to use. Once you have all of your materials, it's time to plant those seeds. Now, you have to read the directions on your seed packets. The seeds that I did this year are cilantro. I really do love cilantro. I feel like it goes in quite a variety of foods. I love it in salads, like taco salads, that sort of thing. I'll leave links to those recipes below. And then I'm growing some chives. To be honest, I forgot I was growing chives until recently, until they started popping up. And then also, like, I just kind of grabbed this mixed bag. I don't know why. But, so I'm doing this mix. So it's kind of like, oh, who knows what herbs will pop up. And honestly, I dropped my slipper again. I would recommend getting this type of mixed package if you're new to this, because another thing I forgot about this year to factor in is the fact that when you put the seeds in the containers, like, if you've been bad at planting things in the past, you're probably not going to have high hopes. So you're going to jam what should be like a lot of different containers into only a couple. Look at this. I have to go back now, and I'm going to actually break up the roots gently to spread them out. But this is just how amazing these herbs have grown. I'm really blown away. So anyways, you're going to want to I should have used this whole container. I probably should have used like 3 containers to plant all these herbs, but they smell so good. And like I said, I've been using them at this stage, and I just planted them like a couple weeks ago. Okay, so once you have your vessels, it's time to plant the seeds. And so what I did for this one is I added the dirt directly in. I also added the dirt directly in for some herbs that I already put in planters. I'm going to show you. How cute are these? Oh my God, I love these planters. So these I did directly put in the soil, but like I said, going forward, I would recommend planting them directly in the eggshells, and I'm going to show you the eggshell setup because I have already planned to start planting some more. So this is the eggshell that's ready to go. So what I would do at this point, if I was starting fresh, is I would put maybe a tablespoon, because I think in food recipe terms, but I'd put like a tablespoon of dirt in, and then I would put a seed and then just sprinkle a little bit of dirt on top. And from there, you just start rolling and taking care of your plants so they grow into beautiful big herbs. So you guessed it, you're pretty much done at this point, except you have to be taking care of your herbs on a regular basis. And, you know, if you're going on vacation or something at this point, you might want to bring your herbs to someone else's windowsill who, you know, will be able to give them water each day. But it's really important to keep them alive. That is usually one point where I accidentally kill a lot of herbs or have to bring them outside and hope that they stay alive while I'm on vacation. And like I said, I'm filming this during quarantine, so the idea of vacation is like very far off, but that's the deal. So finally, you put the herbs in a sunny windowsill away from curious kids and pets. And well, you might have to put them away from husbands if they accidentally throw away your things, or would be suspicious why there's just dirt on the windowsill. Sometimes I check that my husband even noticed that I have like 15 tomato plants growing behind me because he's so carefree with it. But I see how that could happen. So one great solution if you have to keep your plants away from other people so that they grow is to put them either like the windowsill by your sink, if that's kind of far off where kids can't touch, or I like also putting them in a guest room if it has a sunny windowsill. The only thing is you don't want to forget to go in there for a week. You really need to go regularly and give those herbs about a tablespoon, maybe half a tablespoon each of water. So at this point, you just want to put those herbs in a sunny windowsill and water them daily so they grow. And as long as you're doing that, there's really no reason they shouldn't grow. As you can see here, if you get way more herbs growing than you ever anticipated, I just got dirt like all over everything. But if you have more herbs growing than you anticipated, that's fine. But at this stage, you should gently pull apart the roots. So anyways, don't forget to check on your herbs daily. That is my PSA for today. So do you think you have a brown thumb? I used to think so too, but I'd love to hear your story. So in the comments, let me know about your worst planting stories. I want to hear the dirty details. Okay, just a couple last tips that I really need to reiterate here. Definitely water those herbs daily. I like to do this during the day, usually when I'm making breakfast in the kitchen, because then it's one of the first things I do, and before I even think about doing anything else, I know that it's done. So it's not lingering over my head all day, which gives me that sense of achievement. And then don't overdo it. You don't need to drown when you're watering them at all. So do this over and over again each year and really enjoy your herbs. So even just a few pieces of cilantro on chicken is going to make a big difference in how that chicken tastes. So I'll literally go in, and especially because the herbs are so small, they've only been growing for a couple weeks now, I'll just take off a couple leaves here and there at this stage and really like delicately put them on my food. But I can't wait because these herbs are just going to explode over the summer. So now you know how to set up your own herb garden on your windowsill, somewhere in your kitchen, or perhaps your guest bed. Check out my recipe videos to learn ways to use fresh herbs from your own kitchen in recipes that you love. Some of my favorite recent recipes using these fresh herbs include making sous vide chicken and making some potatoes gratin. I don't know why I forgot potatoes gratin. We've been cooking a lot lately. I have so many recipes at sipbitego.com using fresh herbs. Just this week alone, I cooked sous vide chicken using some fresh cilantro from here, and I also used some basil to make some of my best caprese salad. So the possibilities are endless when you have these flavors ready to go in your own kitchen. If you like this video, hit the like button and be sure to subscribe and share with your friends. I love having friends to chat gardening and recipe stuff with. If you know someone like me, send them this recipe video and this gardening video. Well, I hope that you have a wonderful and delicious day. Cheers! Well, before all of the fun is over, why don't you go ahead and find another recipe from my channel that you'd love to watch.